And we are now live. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Jordan Howard on my dynasty team looking real nice, but he's on my bench. So it didn't quite work out. I don't have Saquon anymore in that dynasty league, so it would have been nice to start Jordan Howard. I didn't know. I thought he was trash. Hope he's okay, and at least I don't have a terrible player on my bench. So that's good news. That was a pretty crazy Thursday night football game. And, man, what do you think about the game?
Well, I'm just happy there was actually like a somewhat exciting Thursday night football game. Like that game, it was high scoring. There was a lot of big plays, and I'm just happy overall.
Yeah, that was crazy. A lot of injuries.
Yeah, a lot of injuries though.
Aaron Rodgers is kind of back. He did pretty well, so we'll see what happens. Some people started the Packers D.
I did. Ooh.
Oh, you did? How many leagues?
Yeah, in one.
Yeah, I'm going with my number one streaming defense is the Colts D this week for me.
Me too.
So I'm going with them over the Packers, over the Texans. Let's see what we can do. Some crazy defenses to stream, though, just off the top of my head. Broncos and Jaguars. That could be a messy game on both sides.
Jaguars probably people aren't, no one dropped them. So they're probably, not available.
They've been dropped, but very, very rarely, but I've seen them get dropped. But yeah.
Really? I haven't seen
Now, Broncos is the defense that everyone dropped. So
yes, that is more available.
Good streaming option. Well, let's kick it off with some topics here. Daniel Jones absolutely balled out. Who would have known this guy's a better rushing quarterback than Kyler Murray, the guy I drafted? Is Danny Dimes the real deal, or is this a fluke?
Well, I think he's the real deal. I actually was fortunate enough to I picked him up last week on waivers just as like a kind of an upside play. And boy, am I happy he did, because you couldn't have asked for a better,
You didn't start him, did you?
I didn't. I started Jameis actually, which didn't.
Oh, you did well. So
yeah, it didn't hurt me for once. But this week, I'm definitely starting Danny Dimes for the rest of the season, and I'm happy about it. I'm ready to, go on the ride.
Yeah, Jameis Winston going against the Rams with Godwin seriously questionable, missing 2 practices in a row. Jameis Winston has a tough matchup, so I think it's a no-brainer. Danny Dimes again, great matchup. I'm calling him Danny Crypto. You and me are big crypto fans. I got a picture of him throwing a Bitcoin right here. It did not catch on.
Just like Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well, no, Bitcoin is the only coin that caught on. All the other coins didn't catch on actually with crypto. But I knew when I posted this, I knew it wouldn't be liked, and that Gary Vee thing stuck with me. Like, don't worry about likes all the time. Like, if you like something, post it, because everyone posts the same exact thing. Everyone's always posting whatever, it was pranks 4 years ago. Everyone posts this, post that. A lot of people look to us for quote unquote inspiration. Since we were one of the first on social media, everyone's posting the same thing. So I try to do different stuff. Sometimes it fails. Sometimes we get hack my lineup. Well, it works out pretty good. What's up with the people in the live chat? Wesley's in the building. Peter, Elijah, Bernard, Hazelnut, Aaron. What's up, guys? I'll get to your questions in a little bit. And thank you to our sponsor, Monkey Knife Fight, sponsoring this podcast. Just very grateful to have them as a sponsor. Very cool brand. So just wanted to shout them out really quick, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Melvin Gordon is officially ended his holdout. Now, I have a very bad feeling about Melvin Gordon. And someone asked me a tough question, and I almost couldn't answer it. It was like, should I get Melvin Gordon and trade away Saquon? And that was the toughest question, because Saquon could be out so long. But I just have a bad feeling about Melvin Gordon. What kind of shape is he in? Is he in football shape? He's a bit injury prone. Will he get injured? Small chance he gets traded away. You never know with this guy. Will he get eased in? Eckler has earned a solid role. He's going to be a flex play even with Melvin Gordon back. What are your thoughts on the Melvin Gordon situation?
Well, since I'm an Eckler owner in 2 leagues, I'm kind of bummed, but I think that if you are in my position, the best strategy is to hold, because I just don't think you're going to get a lot of value in return for the production that he's shown so far. He's been, one of the top fantasy running backs. I just don't think that even if Melvin Gordon does come back as soon as next week, I just don't think they're going to throw him out there ahead of Austin Eckler, who the team has been relying upon, has been trustworthy, has been there the whole time through training camp. Like, why would they just throw in Gordon to, outshine him? And you can argue that Eckler has actually been more productive than Gordon has in his 3 starts.
Yes, I like Eckler better than Melvin Gordon if I had to pick one on a real NFL team.
And he's the ultimate handcuff. Eckler is the top handcuff in fantasy, I would say.
Yeah, so let me put it in another perspective. It's exactly what Mike said, but let me put another perspective. Unless you have total, complete morons in your league, you're not going to get anything for Eckler. And I'm kind of talking not today. I'm trying to talk in the last 2 weeks. Okay, so not just today or yesterday when we got the news, but the past 2 weeks, your best hope was to get Mike Evans before he played who they just played.
They played the
Giants. Yeah.
Janoris Jenkins, he took him to the woodshed.
It was disgusting. So Mike Evans absolutely blew up in DFS. You had to have him.
I have him on my couch league team, and he basically won me the game. If it wasn't for that performance, I probably would have lost. So thanks, Mike Evans. I always believed in you.
That was your biggest hope, though, is to trade Eckler for Mike Evans before week 3. And, I mean, even that trade's hard to pull off in a league with smart people. That's what I'm so. If you don't have complete idiots in your league, you're not going to be able to sell off Eckler. And not like I'm saying 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, you wouldn't be able to do it, especially now that, Melvin's literally in the building now. So you just have to hold him. He did have flex play upside last year, Eckler.
Yeah, he has standalone value.
So now he has more than that. So now he's like, you can flex him every week now. He should be, theoretically. Because last year he was all right, and then this year he should be even better. And, man, something can happen. Melvin Gordon could get hurt. We'll see what happens. What do we got here? Okay. This is got a bunch of comments on YouTube about this, and I must say they're kind of right. I think we're both right, because I was hating on Rex Burkhead in my waiver video, and I admit I was wrong. And so one thing I did was I didn't fully explain, because I'm on all these channels and stuff. Sometimes I forget what I say. I try not to say it twice and this and that. And I just made a mistake. I should have went over this. So Rex Burkhead. One thing I didn't talk about was the James Devlin situation. And also, I was wrong about Rex Burkhead. I should have ranked him higher. So now this is what we're looking at. It's like 33% for Rex Burkhead, 33% for James White, 33% for Michelle. Right now, we're back with that Patriots running back roulette. There's a third of a chance one of them does anything. Because Michelle's been looking horrible, Rex has been looking great, and White didn't play. So now it's just like, what the heck's going on? James Devlin was blocking on all of Sony Michelle's touchdowns in the playoffs. I mean, every single time Michelle scored, Devlin was blocking. It's pretty
the fullback, right?
Yes, James Devlin is the fullback for the Patriots. He's been known to vulture a couple times here and there. And it's obvious to see that Michelle's not been that effective. And without Devlin, he's pretty much a must bench. So what's going to happen? Rex Burkhead's value goes up. I have James White in one league, and it kind of makes me a little bit happy. So no AB there, no James White. No AB, no Devlin. So Michelle's trending down. I think James White and Rex Burkhead's value goes up, but we're back. I mean, we haven't learned our lesson, have we?
With these Patriots, I think the main problem Right. I mean, that I think if you own any shares in the Patriots backfield, as soon as you're one of the running backs that you have has a good game, just sell. Get out of that. You don't
Yeah.
want any part of that situation. And for Sony Michel, the reason why this is a problem is because he can't catch. So he's a very one-dimensional running
It's
back.
weird because I had him as a great pass catcher coming out of college.
But he's
It just
not. He
didn't.
really
It's
didn't
kind of like a
translate.
Jordan Howard situation to where I see him practicing, but in the game it just wasn't right for him last year or something. It's not whatever it is. He's not catching the
Well,
ball.
yeah, and then when you're not a threat to catch the ball in the backfield, the defense can key in on that, and then they know that when Sony Michel is in the game, it's a high probability that it's going to be a run play.
Or he's going to be
So,
blocking. Yeah, he's not
right.
going to be going out for a
So
route.
it kind of, if you're Bill Belichick, you don't want to tip off the defense like that, and you want to keep them off balance. So it makes sense to only use Michel when you have to run. So that's really the
And
issue.
that's why Rex Burkhead, who is a goal line back, who can catch the ball and kind of can do it all, might make more sense. So, yeah. All right. Moving on to our sponsors. When do you want to do a Q&A, Mike? You want to do it before your buy low, sell high, or at the end?
Q&A.
What's the-
Let's mix it up. Let's do it before.
Okay, so let's do
Since we did it last.
MKF, and then let's
Yeah.
do Q&A, and then we're going to hit it up with Mike's buy low, sell highs, and we'll probably do some more Q&A at the end. We'll see,
Sure.
depending on how good the questions are. It's all up to you guys. You guys are in charge. Okay.
You're the stars.
You're the stars of the show. On YouTube, that is true.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I feel like, so I got this one comment that's so hilarious. So I said, I do these weekly ranking videos on YouTube. I started doing them this year, and it's weird that it's so like polarizing, because I get like it may not be for you, like I get that, but some people are like, man, I love this, or it's like some people think it's like meditation. They just like listen to it like a podcast, and they're like, I like this. Some people hate it. They're like, this is messy. This is all over the place. And it's like, I don't know, I mean, I think it's cool. Like, I think it's fun. If you like the channel, I think it's a good video. But this one guy said, so I said, I wanted to address everybody and was like, look, this is what I do. I have the expert consensus. That's how I get the names. And then I use my algorithms and projections and matchups and models. And I implement that. And then I hit record, and then I change everything, looking at what I just see and my gut feelings and the matchups, like what I personally think. And so it said, the algorithms, saying that you use algorithms sounds like total BS. I mean, they said the full word. And I was like, dude really thinks the algorithm. He deleted the comment. It made me I was so sad he deleted it. I was like, out of everything, the algorithms is what gets you, man. Come on. Like, I was like, look, I work for John Madden. I'm friends with Taylor Gabriel. I work with Joe Mixon. I'm a best-selling author. So on and so forth. But using algorithm, I've been like, dude, I've been on YouTube for 10 years. I'm a fantasy analyst. Using an algorithm is not like that far-fetched. But no, I use algorithms. That's where I draw the line. Like, that's
witchcraft.
Yeah, it's like,
that's sorcery.
And so I didn't say all that, but I was like, yeah, that's not that far-fetched, dude. Like, I've been doing YouTube. Me and Mike both. We've been doing YouTube for fantasy football content on YouTube since 2008. Like, it's not that far-fetched. You guys should see.
This guy doesn't use Microsoft Excel.
You guys should see what some of these pros have. They have these. They hire some of these pros that play fantasy football, make a living off it. They have a team. They have like 2-3 guys working for them, doing research, listening to podcasts, writing stuff down. Their Excel spreadsheet looks so disgusting every week. They got this stuff done.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably shouldn't have said that story, but I thought it was funny, and then when I said it, I don't know.
Well, I have some news for that guy. Artificial intelligence is for real, and it's taking everyone's jobs, so just be careful, man. I'm telling you, it's on the way.
Maybe that guy was an algorithm. Maybe that comment was from an algorithm. It wasn't from an actual human.
Bot?
Yeah, this is one smart bot. It's going viral. Got me talking about it on this popular podcast show.
Gotcha again.
It's so funny. It's all good, but it's just funny how that show's the controversial one. Like, it used to be the draft video, and now that weekly ranking, so controversial. Hack my lineup, same old stuff. This is so. I get a bunch of other comments too, like, you're a complete moron. How could you rank DeAndre Hopkins not in the top 2 or something? Like, it's like, whatever. It's cool. People like it. That means that people like it. So, or it means something to somebody. Anyway.
Yeah.
Our sponsor for the show is Monkey Knife Fight. So head on over to monkeyknifefight.com and you can play there. If you deposit up to $50, you'll get 100% deposit match. Daily fantasy props. We're doing something a little bit different here. So, I'll read off some names. So this one we're doing is called Touchdown Dance. It's my favorite one. This and the over-under. Those two are my favorites. So for the touchdown dance, you want to pick players that have a high chance of scoring touchdowns. And you get to pick whether the goal is 1.5 touchdowns, 2.5, or 3.5. We'll do some participation right now. And we're going to pick 1.5 so we can hit our goal. And you pick 3 players. You try to get over 1 touchdown. It's that simple. And then you only get 1.5 times what contest you play for. So we might do like $10 and then we'll only win 15. But if you really want to risk it for 2.5, you can win 3x. But I'm not feeling that bold. So
don't do it.
So let's do the early games. So right now, according to my algorithms, I have Todd Gurley's getting in the end zone. Isn't that surprising? He's not playing the early game. This is early games only. So
I hope you're right, but I don't know.
Well, this is early. We can't pick him, but I'm just saying he's the highest likely guy to score a touchdown. That's crazy, huh? Out of all the flex plays.
I guess.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. That's just what the algorithm says. We're not. It doesn't affect. Yeah, we're not doing. So these are the early games. He's playing the late game. So we have to pick out the early games anyway. So we have Marlin Mac is at the top, other than Gurley. So let's see. Is Marlin Mac here? What kind of stupid game is this? What's wrong with you guys? What's wrong? Where is it? Hold on, I can't find it. Oh, he's right here. I'm stupid. All right, he's right here. Right in the front, right dead in the middle. And okay, Mike, who else? Okay, so I'm going to name off the top names off my algorithm.
Okay.
So I'm picking Marlon Mack for sure. Christian McCaffrey going up against the Texans.
That's a good one.
Because it could be receiving touchdown too. Derrick Henry going against the Falcons. Man. Austin Eckler going against the Dolphins.
Ooh, that one.
Mark Ingram going against the Browns. Kerryon Johnson going against the Chiefs.
That's a good one.
Zeke's not in the early games. DJ's not.
I already know who I want. Eckler against the Dolphins. Book it.
Should I just pick the ones you want?
Yeah.
Eckler.
That's the only sure
And then we
thing.
need one more. And the names were C-Mac, Henry,
Boom.
Ingram.
C-Mac. Just do C-Mac. That's a good one. That's for sure. Yeah.
More ways to score, huh? With C-Mac, he can break off a big one.
Oh, he's going to have a big game.
So between Eckler, Mac, and C-Mac.
Those are solid.
I wish there was 3 Macs, but...
Return of the Max.
Oops, I was supposed to click. Okay, Eckler, Mac, C-Mac. Hold on. And then select. And then we're going to do the goal to be 1.5 touchdowns. That's pretty easy. And I'm just going to risk it all.
Do it.
$20.
Go all in.
$20 to win 30. It's not, you don't win much, but you only need 2 touchdowns.
That's the one you want. Trust me.
Submit. Yep. Got him. Beto says Henry, C-Mac, and Eckler. I've been picking Henry every time I've done this. It's been good, obviously.
He was all right last week.
So, well, it's just touchdowns.
Yeah,
for this
he's
game.
definitely a great goal line back.
Yeah, he scores touchdowns. So I wanted to not pick Henry this time. So
that's good.
Eckler, Mac, C-Mac. I see about 3 touchdowns with that for sure.
At least.
So, guys, if you're on the YouTube or website, there's a link. There should be a link below this video or link below the player. Just click the link or just head on over to monkeyknifefight.com. When you deposit, use promo code COUCH. You get a 100% deposit match up to $50. It really helps support this channel. Super fun, super easy, simple to play, and
easy to win.
Easy to win. Easy to win.
Hey-o.
I love them. You're wearing your Monkey Knife Fight hat. We couldn't be more proud to have
I like it.
To actually have sponsors. It's a dream.
I love this hat. Yes. I'm a hat guy. Big dad hat guy. So thank you guys. Yeah. Monkey Knife Fight.
MKF. Okay, someone's speaking another language I don't understand. All right, some Q&A, and then we'll go to Mike's buy low and sell high. Probably end it with a little Q&A.
All right.
Vince, I hope he's not. First time playing on Monkey Knife Fight, went 1 for 2. Glad I signed up using the couch promo code. Got my initial deposit matched.
Hey.
Tell me that doesn't sound like a bot. Tell me that doesn't sound like a dude.
Sounds like a real
we
human
just
boy.
Planted there. That is AI for sure, dude. Because I'm reading it, like I hope he didn't like say something. You know, like he's gonna like say something at the end and troll us.
Oh, okay.
This is a legit comment. Like,
I believe you.
This is crazy, Vince. Someone really said that, guys. I'm not lying. It's not a bot. Not one that we made. Wesley says, using waiver claim for McLaurin and drop 1, Hawkinson or Disley.
I would drop Disley.
I drop Hawk.
You don't think he's going to have a bounce back game against the Chiefs?
Yeah, but also Disley's awesome too.
Yeah, but I'm not a believer. He's not a first round pick. Like he's just a
like
journeyman.
Ebron, the first round pick. Fellow.
Is he on a first round pick?
Yeah, Ebron was the next Vernon Davis. Vernon Davis was the next Vernon Davis.
But this is a top 10 pick. Like this is a high draft pick. Top 10.
Ebron went 10 or 15 or 7 or something.
No, are you serious?
Google it for me while I'm doing this.
Eric Ebron? I don't
know why we went into the Eric Ebron rabbit hole.
Oh,
well, all we know is you have to get Terry McLaurin, and how is he available on waivers?
That's weird. Yeah, is that a $4 league again?
This guy's a bot for sure. Terry McLaurin's not available on any waivers, please.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Robot.
Wow.
What was he? 10?
10.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Wesley is very angered and says, "WTF happened to Aguilar? A FN dud on my lineup." Oh yes.
We're all upset, okay? You're not the only one who did the Nelson Aguilar plug and play after the last.
Well, I started him last week over Sanders, and that alone won. I did it again this week.
Went back to the Aguilar well.
Yeah, of course, bro. It's just freaking 80 points 80 points were scored this game. Did Aguilar?
Not one Aguilar.
Did he get 1 reception or no? 1 or 0?
No, yeah, nothing.
0. Oh,
0. It's like he didn't exist. It's because of that one guy who called him out.
Yeah, it did, bro.
That's what happens.
Doug Peterson's such a jerk. What a jerk.
Words hurt.
God. Jordan Howard catching touchdowns. Jordan Howard catching touchdowns. How is it in Aguilar? It's nothing. All right, whatever. B-Toes. Standard scoring. Should I flex Montgomery, McCole Hardman, Demarcus Robinson, or Godwin?
Hardman.
Well,
Godwin.
The answer is Godwin if he's healthy. So, but he
Hardman next.
Well, he hasn't practiced in 2 days. I'm going Montgomery.
Whoa.
Standard.
Crazy. After Nagy.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but I'm going Montgomery for a goal line touchdown.
I'm not starting that guy until he has a good game, like a really good game.
Well, if you're in a team league like me with Saquon, he's like my hands down RB1.
There's really no one better on your team. That's hard.
On my team, personally.
Oh yeah, because Saquon got hurt. Yeah, you're not gonna.
I spent $100 out of $100 on Gallman in that league.
Well, you had to go all in. Otherwise,
I went all, and I explained it on my last video. Basically, was like, okay, if I have, I learned this when I used to play, when I used to be in the casinos a lot. If you're down, you just go all in. Don't bleed slowly. Just die quickly or go back in. And what's funny is about half the time I've come back alive when I've done that, because you got to know when you're dying and you just go all in. So that's the same. It's the same concept. So me having spending $89, I'm going to do nothing with $11. So, like, if Zeke were to go down, I'm not going to get Tony Pollard for 11 because someone's going to go all in on Tony Pollard's and going to be, like, worth 100. So, no one's going to spend, like, so I'm like, if I'm going to spend 70 or 60, might as well just spend 100. I'm losing anyway. Like, I need Gallman. And even if Gallman helps me win one game, that's going to be it might be enough for me to buy some time and maybe make playoffs. Like, you got to be realistic. You can't be scared. And I know Gallman kind of sucks, but it's like, I mean, he's starting.
We don't know that yet. What if he's good? What if he actually, trained really hard this offseason?
The past week. The past week, he just bulked up, got faster. Hey, he might have took some PEDs. Man. Hey, risk it for me.
Come on.
I risked it for you, Gallman. You risk it for me. Just don't. I'm just joking, guys. Just take some protein shakes. Who knows what they put in that stuff, right?
Daily vitamins, something.
Some vitamins.
Something.
And what else we got? Should I drop Jared Cook to add Gallup?
Yes.
For TNT. Yes. Little PPR.
Jared Cook, yes.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right? Gallup is a good stash.
Yeah, get Golden Tate while you're at it if he's out there.
Murray or Allen? I assume you mean a Kyler. I'm starting Kyler in this excellent matchup. It's a high chance to be a shootout. I mean, like bang, bang, but like machine gun shootout, like going crazy. Ooh. Seahawks, Cardinals, Russell Wilson and Kyler Murray could both be top 5 quarterbacks this week.
Battle of the baseball players also, if you think about it.
Oh.
Baseball quarterbacks.
2 baseball. Oh, the 2 guys I forgot we compared them a lot, and rightfully so. Let's see what happens. I'm starting Kyler Murray over Brady probably this week. That's a tough one, but I think I'm going to do it. I think the Bills' defense.
That's actually not bad because the Bills' D is actually elite, and then also.
I wouldn't say elite, but they're good. They're decent.
Their secondary is elite.
No, they're old. No, they got defense. I'm not saying they don't, but I'm sure Brady's going to do okay. But
hasn't no one scored a touchdown on them yet this season? I believe
Patriots D.
I don't think anyone scored a touchdown on them.
On the Patriots D, I'm sure that every other defense had touchdowns scored on them except the Patriots D.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Patriots D, yeah.
There's nothing to do with this combo. We're talking about the Bills D.
Oh, no, I'm just saying also conversely for Allen as well.
Oh, you mean the original topic we're talking, the real topic we're talking about. Yes, Patriots D is very good. They're elite.
Yeah, so
they're elite. Yes.
Yes.
So go with Kyler. It's time to take a risk. What do we got here? Cole, I just traded for Adams this week and was happy with his performance, but seeing him limping off the sideline made me really nervous. Yeah, it's a foot.
The roller coaster.
Time to be. What's crazy is I told over a dozen people via DMs to trade for Adams, and this roller coaster just happened with them too. I mean, Cole could have been one of them. They're like, who should I buy low? Should I trade this guy for Adams or Eckler for Adams? Like, yes, dude, like go get Adams. He's gonna ball out.
He'll be fine. It's a toe.
He seemed like it wasn't that bad, but
how bad could it be? It's a toe.
Mark Andrews sucked with his foot injury.
That's totally different. That's way different. Tight ends are unpredictable.
He picked up Waller and dropped McLaurin. Waller is actually more valuable than McLaurin, so that actually.
But why would you drop? There's like
seriously,
anyone better.
I would have dropped Stephon Diggs. Like I would have. There's so many players I would have dropped. Like, why would you drop?
Like probably the best rookie receiver, in a long time.
It's so crazy that team I think is total trash, the Washington, and
it is.
McLaurin is very good on that team. It's pretty rare to have stuff like you got one guy just balling every week.
You know who he kind of reminds me of is Steve Smith.
Yeah,
like very tough physical receiver. Can score.
Can go deep.
Always has a nose for the end zone. Yeah, big play guy. I just think that's a great comparison.
Yeah, well, I was wrong about him. I was like, oh, he's just a whack Deshaun Jackson. Like he'll only be get a couple plays here and there. And this dude's making plays every week, not just deep balls either.
The real deal.
Yeah, he's really good, man. It's hard to defend that guy. How serious is Devontae's injury? Hold on, let me look at his foot really quick. Oh, dude, we don't know yet. I don't think he knows yet.
He definitely doesn't.
Yeah, they'll know tomorrow morning. What's Melvin's trade value? That's not. You can't really. It's up to the person you're trading with because it's such a weird.
Why would you trade him if you drafted Melvin at this point and now he's about to pay off? Why would you?
I would trade him
prior to seeing.
I would trade. Yes, because this is a good sell high right now. That's what I'm just have a bad feeling about him. That's all I'm saying.
What if he comes in and does like good like he's supposed to do? Then you could have got more if you just waited.
Well, that's the risk. So he's not playing week 4. He's gonna probably be eased in week 5. I mean, we're talking like we're getting really late into the year already.
I just think it's a better selling point than without even seeing anything, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
well, here's the thing: you got Melvin Gordon. Okay, so he's asking what's Melvin Gordon's trade value. So let's assume he has Melvin Gordon. I wouldn't trade him for nothing, but some people really like Melvin Gordon. So
you'll get something good. You're not gonna get nothing. You're gonna get something really good.
Well, if you get something really good, I would trade him away. I just have a bad feeling.
Really good? Like who would you trade for Melvin Gordon, or vice versa?
I would get Joe Mixon.
Okay, we know that. Besides,
everyone's asking me like you should see all these trades for Joe Mixon still, even after week 3. They're horrible.
Would you trade him for James Conner?
No.
Okay.
Well, I hate James Conner. You know that.
Would you trade him for Devin Singletary?
No.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh wait, so you would keep him instead of getting Devin Singletary?
I'd stick with Melvin. Yeah, see what he's got. Yeah, okay. Come on. I mean,
that makes sense.
I mean, obviously, I love Singletary, but I drafted him in round 11 or whatever, or round 8. Where did I get him? Yeah, round 9. I love him, but that's Singletary. That's different. Like, I love him because I got him super late. Brain hates Melvin Gordon, and then someone added and loves Mixon. That's correct, guys. You guys are catching on here.
You guys are sharp. Sharp.
Saucy. Start Boyd, Shepard, or Julio Standard. Why isn't the question start Boyd or Shepard? How about that?
Julio, like you just throw.
Julio's like he's the only wide receiver this year that's like great that you drafted early, and that's great. Everyone else is kind of like disappointing.
Those other two wide receivers in the mix on the same tier as Julio, like that's crazy.
I mean, Julio's really been the only wide receiver that's drafted early that's like completely panned out that you have no worries about. Like Thielen's doing okay, but like it's because of the touchdowns that saved him. Hopkins had one good game. Adams had one good game, and now he has a boo-boo on his foot. Juju I drafted in one league, and I'm a little worried about him. AB. Julio is the one. Okay. Let me edit this question. Start Boyd or Shepard? I think we hop on the Danny Dimes.
Really? I'm going Boyd there.
Boyd, excellent matchup. He will ball out. But you're gonna really discount Danny Dimes?
I mean, but I feel like he likes to throw to Ingram more than he likes to. But I mean,
so the defense knows that too.
You're right. But I think Boyd is more of a sure thing. It's like if you don't.
I'm going with my algorithm.
Okay. I mean, I can see it both ways. I'm not.
Yeah, it's close. It is close.
It's very close.
My algorithm says Sterling Shepard will score 0.8 more fantasy points.
Well, he has a great matchup.
Matchup. With any cornerback, Washington covering him.
Taylor Gabriel had 3 teams.
Yeah.
I have to tell you everything you need to know about the Redskins secondary.
It can happen. So I'm saying, so you're saying Boyd by a little bit.
I just think he's gonna get a lot of targets. If it's PPR, I mean, he's a safer bet.
Now I kind of see why you put Julio, because both Boyd and Shepard are amazing starts this week.
Yeah,
but you're starting Julio regardless. That's a blind start, and then let's start. I would start Boyd. Sorry, I would start Shepard. Mike says Boyd.
Yeah. So you can't go.
So you're basically back to square one, buddy. You have no direction here. You don't know what to do. It's who do you like more? You like Mike or the brain? We'll see. We'll put you to the test.
We'll see.
This is a question I'm getting all the time, and I got the answer. Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson? I'm going with Russell Wilson this week.
Oh, this week?
I'm going Russell Wilson, and Mark Andrews hasn't practiced the last 2 days. And so if Mark Andrews is out or doesn't practice Friday, it's much easier here with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, Cardinals, man. Rashad Penny hurt. Chris Carson fumbling. Ooh. I love it. Oh, someone's requesting. They don't want you to answer, Mike.
Okay.
They don't want me to answer.
Oh, wow.
They want my algorithms to answer. My algorithms shall calculate.
This reminds me of the South Park episode with Cartman and the robot.
That comes up with the ideas. Is that the
no Butters and then Cartman's the robot? You know.
Yeah, he just stole Adam Sandler's ideas. And he kept shooting. They're like, "Oh man, these movies are gold."
Yeah, I feel like you're Butters, and then the algorithm is Cartman.
Rick asks the algorithm machine. Godwin, Gallman, Woods. Need one PPR. Run the algorithms, brain.
Gallman.
Godwin.
Oh, Godwin. Okay.
Gallman. Bobby Woods.
I'm going with Godwin here.
Well, Godwin's hurt, so we have to.
Well, if he's not hurt,
yeah.
And then if he's not hurt, second, you gotta go and ride the Gallman train and see what happens.
Okay, I would definitely bench Gallman.
Wait, who was the other guy?
Okay, so Woods is going up against the Bucks.
Oh, Woods. Okay.
And then Godwin's going up against. They're playing each other. Godwin's going against the Rams. So in PPR, definitely bench Gallman. Okay. So right now, start Woods. If Godwin practices Friday, if he seems 100% or super close to 100%, take out Woods and start Godwin. But this practice participation worries me a little bit. Oh, this is a meme from last year that I don't remember, so I don't know what he's talking about. But Beto says, "Can I trust Groningen after his weak performance last week?" I think Groningen is a meme that refers to Edelman.
Oh, I feel like I remember this joke.
Yeah, it was from Sebastian or some kid was trying to write Edelman, but he was looking at his Gronk poster or something. I don't know what was going on, but it was Groningen. And I don't know who Groningen, but Edelman didn't have a great game last week, so I think it is Edelman.
And he got hurt a little bit, his chest.
Yeah. Can I trust Groningen? Trust is tough to earn with me. But I'm starting Edelman. I don't know what to say. And we don't even know if that's really Edelman. Well, if you've drafted Edelman, you're probably starting him.
Yeah, that's true.
No AB, no James Devlin. So why did the Packers pass 5 times on the goal line like Adams on the sideline? Okay, so this is what I think happened. Aaron, how much older is Matt LaFleur than Rodgers? 1 year?
4 years older.
4?
4. He's 34. Aaron Rodgers 30.
Rodgers had a meeting and sat down LaFleur, and they talked. I'll just leave it at that. That's the conspiracy. It's not far-fetched.
But they're 3-0. Like, what's he so mad about? Like, and now 4-0, right?
No, the Packers just lost.
Oh, they lost. Sorry. 3-1 now, but they were 3-0 prior.
Yeah, still, I think that's what happened. They're like, we need to throw the ball more to Adams. We need to do this
on the goal line, though. That pick was horrible at the end. Yeah, right? I mean that was like the Seattle. That was like the Super Bowl play.
It was a stupid.
Like, what are you doing there?
Yeah, that was so dumb.
What are you doing there? Throw it to Aaron Jones or something on a.
But to Mike's point, he was saying when my conspiracy meeting took place, they would be 3-0 is what Mike was saying.
Yeah.
Someone says 3-1, trying to correct us. You know how they like to correct us.
I was testing you guys. You passed.
How many points in Detroit KC game? Well,
50.
The algorithm says 54.5.
Oh, knew it. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a lot of points.
Over 50.
That's a lot of points. And the second highest scoring game is 49.5, and that's Tampa Rams and Giants Washington. Oh my God, Danny Dimes. Wow.
There's no defense on either side of the ball in that game.
Giants don't have a secondary either.
They have the worst.
Giants, Washington, Cardinals are terrible pass coverage, and then number 4 would come Tampa Bay, and Eagles aren't too far behind with these injuries.
Yeah.
Right now, those are the 5 teams off the top of my head that have bad pass coverage. Hey, used to be our Niners, not anymore, baby. Niners.
You think we're gonna get Jalen Ramsey, or is that like a pipe dream?
Dude, I don't. So Jalen Ramsey conspiracy. That's crazy, dude. Okay, what's the timeline? Week 2, ask for a trade, right?
Yeah.
They win a game. That information leaked. He's like, I'm sorry. They win a game. Then he calls in sick. Then he misses practice for the birth of his child. This is like such a weird timeline. You know, like missing practice because of an illness, missing practice because of the birth of a child is basically non-news, but happening the same week after you didn't want information about you requesting a trade leaking is just a bit eerie.
I'm going to be honest, it's very boring compared to the AB timeline.
Oh, so yeah. It's like, but I am kind of like, I don't want the AB timeline anymore. I don't want to hear about AB. We should. This couch should be anti-AB now. Like no more AB reporting. Okay. He'll do something tomorrow. We'll be back on that train in no time.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Ramsey? What do you think that's just?
Well, reason why. So he would definitely be a great fit on the Niners because we did lose Ahkello Witherspoon, who was our best second corner after Sherman. He's going to be out for a month, so actually Jalen Ramsey would be a perfect fit to slide right in there and take over for him. But I just think the asking price of 2 first-rounders, I just don't see Lynch giving up 2 first-round picks to get him. So I don't know, but I do think the best fit would be on the Niners.
Well, here's another thing I've heard throughout NFL. My NFL sources. Why is everything centered around this guy's comment? Because he's like, oh, NFL sources. I call BS. I hear a lot of players love Shanahan. You know, it's one of the teams you'd want to play for. So I think Ramsey would. And one thing I think you're missing out the equation is if you do trade for Ramsey, you're the team that's got to dish out one of those, breaking news contracts, right? And make him the highest paid corner.
Not only do you have to give up 2 first-round picks.
Oh, you said that already? Did you say that already?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I didn't even hear you say that. I was like, you didn't say that. You did say that. Okay.
2 minutes ago.
Sorry.
But anyways, so not only do you have to give up 2 first-round picks to get him, then you have to pay him to a huge contract long-term.
Whatever that is. What is that? Like $90 million or something?
I mean, it's got to be at least 4 years guaranteed.
It's got to be huge.
With like 50 mil guaranteed or more. You know what I mean? So I just don't see us doing that. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a move that we would do.
Could be the best defense in the league though with him.
Yes, but you know what's crazy that I did read today is that Bosa's actually rated the number 1 pass rusher through 3 weeks so far. So that's definitely helping.
Was it like a PFF or?
Yeah, it's just you know. I don't know how they rate it, but based on a number of data points. But
jeez, that's very impressive. He's a rookie,
right?
He's a rookie that didn't even practice much because of injuries.
Well, I mean, he was supposed to be very good, so it's not surprising that he's this good. But it's just great that he actually is the player that we, drafted.
Number 1 is a bit surprising, not shocking. I mean, like a little surprising to me. That is.
Well, just through 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it changed.
Big sample size.
Yeah.
But so far, so good.
It's a team. It's always a team effort. Like if you have that shutdown corner, the shutdown corner can't do everything, And if you have one pass rusher, Khalil Mack on the Raiders, for instance, there's a reason he sucked some weeks. And Niners are putting together a little bit of a team. They have four good linemen. They have a rotation. Sherman's not bad. And, yeah, man, we are kind of suffering a little bit on secondary with that injury because we're kind of, I mean, it's not the best secondary to start with. And, man, I don't know what's going to
Ramsey would
happen.
just be great because you know how he's basically followed in the same footsteps as Deion Sanders. They both went to Florida State, and they're both the top corners in the game. And then if he goes to the Niners, guess who else did that?
Yeah,
Prime time.
Dion.
Yeah, so it would be a really good mirroring of his career.
Steven says still can't beat the Rams.
I think with Ramsey we have a chance.
Let's see what happens.
Golf's digressed.
Let me guess, Steven, you drafted Gurley in the first round. Huh? How's that working out? Wesley says not worth it. Niners should save their money in picks. Debo sucked past week. What happened? Well, this is something I didn't think it would be to this extent, but they're gonna spread the ball a lot, and a lot of teams. I'm gonna try to take this term away or use it less. Number one wide receiver. That term is not as potent as it used to be. There really isn't a number one wide receiver on a lot. Like the Niners, yeah, Debo. If I had to pick one guy, it would be Debo. But to call him the number one, call other people number one, that's just not what the Niners are gonna do. And wait till Jalen Hurd comes back. It's gonna be a little bit of Pettis, a little bit of Goodwin, a little bit of Jalen Hurd, possibly. I don't know. He may not even start. And Debo, man, he's amazing. And then you got George Kittle, amazing blocker. He's a great pass catcher too, but a great blocker. And then you have the running backs that can catch. Breida and Tevin Coleman can catch. Can't wait till Tevin Coleman comes back. So just way too much going on there. And that's kind of to be expected. If Jimmy G doesn't ball out, you can't rely on Debo Samuel to ball out either. It is what it is. Leo says, what's up, Couch? Woods or Shepard this week? I'm going with Shepard.
Shepard for sure.
Shepard. Yeah, I think Goff's going to have a good game, but it's sometimes hard to pinpoint which of the three wide receivers are going to ball out. SF has no number one RB or wide receiver. That is also true. Now, here's a team that doesn't have a number one RB either. All right, let's hop into Mike's buy low and sell highs. Let's start off with the buy lows.
Oh, we're going to go buy low this time. Okay, so last week I had a lot of names. This week I'm going to try to condense it, make it a little bit quicker. I have 3 of each. My first guy's Marlin Mac. Now, I've seen him in a lot of trades in a bunch of my leagues. Now, he has been doing good. He actually scored 2 out of the 3 weeks. He had over 170 yards in week 1. And I just think that he's a type of player that he hasn't really broken out into the fantasy mainstream yet. He's someone that a lot of people don't really know. He's not a household name. I think you can still get him for a relatively cheap price. He has a great matchup this week against Oakland and then another plus matchup against KC. So get him now while you can. Also, they're the second most rushing attempts behind the Ravens. So I think the Colts are really committed to the run this year. Also, if Hilton is out for any long period of time due to his injury, I think that, they're definitely just going to go run heavy. So Marlon Mack, target him. The next guy just talked about.
Definitely, I can vouch that he's not the big name. He doesn't have the sexy name. So that's one thing I can see why you'd have him as a buy low.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't like, oh, Marlon Mack, like he's really good. People just don't say that, or that doesn't come to mind when you think of like the top running backs in fantasy. The second guy on here is someone we just talked about in the last segment, Robert Woods. Now, coming into the season, everyone thought he was going to be, like you would say, the number one receiver. But actually, through 3 weeks, it's been Cooper Kupp, who surprisingly has came off an ACL injury, but he has just been a stud this season so far. Woods has been actually the odd man out, but I think this is the week against a terrible Bucs secondary where he breaks out. I think Sean McVay knows that in order for the Rams to be at their best offensively, he has to spread the ball around and all his receivers have to eat and be a threat. So I think Woods is a good buy low candidate after the last 2 weeks. He hasn't been doing that good. This guy, Hollywood Brown. Now, I mean, he had a great week 1 with 2 touchdowns. He hasn't scored since. Last week, he was kind of a dud in what was supposed to be a big shootout with the Chiefs. I watched that game. I think we all did. We saw that there were some big plays that he could have had, but for whatever reason, it just didn't work out. It didn't connect. So if people are down on him right now, I know that some people have him on their benches or flex that you can get this guy, but I think the sky is the limit for Hollywood Brown. He could be the next Tyreek Hill, in my opinion, in that offense with how they're going, with Lamar Jackson's emergence. Now, for my sell high
Guess
candidates,
my only concern with Hollywood is injury.
yeah,
Actually, so if he stays healthy, I do see him balling out.
yeah. I mean, don't you agree? Like he has like a Tyreek Hill type upside
Yeah, oh
as a
yeah,
playmaker.
yeah, man. He is really good. It's super tough to defend that Ravens offense, and so a lot of things can happen. And Hollywood Brown's the one with the upside as far as the receivers go there, and then of course you got Mark Andrews.
Oh yeah, Mark Andrews, I have in 2 leagues. Great. A lot of people are trying to trade for him. I'm just gonna say, don't bite on it, guys. Hold on to him. He's very valuable. He will be for the rest of the season an elite tight end. So just don't sell him for cheap if that's what you're thinking of. So on to my sell high list from the Mile High City, Philip Lindsay, who's coming off his best game of the season against Green Bay. He had 2 touchdowns, but this is just a backfield situation that I just want no part of anymore. Like I don't want Royce Freeman on my team, and I don't want Philip Lindsay. I
God,
just,
I had to rank
I
Joe
just don't want it.
Flacco as a number 30 quarterback this week. Like that's what this team
Oh,
has. That's below Josh Rosen, and there's only 30 teams playing this week. Um, or
right.
or yeah, it was like him or Taysom. Like it's that bad.
Oh
Like this is the
God,
type of
that's bad.
offense he's on.
When do you think Drew Lock gonna come play
He's on my
anytime?
IR. I think he's out for 8+
Oh,
weeks.
oh, he has to be out like the legit IR for 8 weeks.
Yeah,
Oh,
some
that's
he some kind of wrist or something injury that had him out for like 2-3 months. I'm not sure, but I have him on my dynasty IR, and he has an I next to his name, and so it's
well, that's not
looking like
good.
he's gonna be out
So
several weeks. Yeah, and that's not.
okay,
It's not like that means he hasn't been throwing and stuff. So it's not like he's gonna come in and
right.
it's gonna be great right away. But yeah, I think we're done throwing up. Looking at Flacco, and at least we'd like to throw up with Drew Lock, see what he's got. But
Yeah,
Trevor Lawrence, bro, that's a team that wants to
that's the
draft
guy.
Trevor Lawrence.
Oh man, Elway would be so lucky if that's what happened. But back to Lindsay, just to let you guys know, the reason why you should sell high on him is because the next 3 weeks he plays Jacksonville this week. He plays the Chargers in week 5, Tennessee. So 3 tough matchups before he gets a good matchup in week 7 against Kansas City. So if you can sell high on him, do it now because you can definitely get something good in return. The next guy here is someone I recently traded for Saquon Barkley. I don't know how that's going to work out, but T.Y. Hilton, he hurt his hammy last week after a solid performance against Atlanta.
That's
He
quad
hasn't practiced.
injury, which is
Quad injury,
almost the
sorry.
same.
Yeah, it's bad for a receiver. But
That's
he's
bad.
they say he's a gamer, which means like he doesn't need to practice to play. But I just don't think that they're gonna rush him back against the Raiders. Like they don't
No,
really
that's
need him to beat the
stupid.
Raiders.
He should not play this week. It's the dumbest thing ever. He should at least
They're
take one
definitely
game off.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need him week 5 against the Chiefs, but then there's a bye week, week 6. So, it's someone that you can't really rely on the next 3 weeks. So that's why I figure, you know what? Let me take a shot at Saquon. Luckily, I got Gallman off waivers this week. So it
Incredible
kind of
move, yeah.
incredible. So it actually paid off. So, yeah, if you could sell high on T.Y. Hilton, he's had a great first 3 weeks. Now is the time. See what you can get. You never know. Lastly, another guy that we talked about in the last segment, Sterling Shepard, coming off a huge game against a terrible Bucks secondary. He went over 100 yards. He got a TD. This week he has another A-plus matchup like we discussed against Washington. But in week 5, Golden Tate comes back. He has a week 6 matchup against the Patriots secondary. So those are 2 tough matchups. So I don't know. I just think this is a good time to capitalize while his stock is probably at its highest. And make a move.
What are you crazy? Sterling Shepard, #1 receiver on the Giants. They drafted this guy in a couple leagues.
Tate, what about Tate? When Tate comes back, you don't think he's gonna be good? He's gonna be good too.
What happens when wide receivers are on 3 teams in 1 year? Usually, they usually suck. Ooh. Look, Golden Tate can help Shepard. Look, man, I drafted Sterling Shepard, and it was like, whatever. I finally am thrilled to have this guy on my squad with Daniel Jones. There's some hope with him. I would not sell high on him. I don't know what you're going to get. See, look, with T.Y. Hilton, it might take a little bit, some guy with not too much intelligence to fall for that. But they're out there. You can get that off. And he's been drafted in the top 3 rounds, so he's kind of got that little bit of a name. Now with Sterling Shepard, no one likes him. He doesn't have that name. I just don't see, someone you drafted in round 7 without a name, people going crazy for him. I just don't see. I don't think you'll get much for him. I'd rather keep him. He's going to get a ton of targets. Now he's got Danny Dimes. I'd keep him.
Well, there you go. Keep him or trade him. That is your prerogative.
I agree with all of Mike's names, but I crossed out Sterling Shepard. Everyone see. I put a strike through over it. Oh, you can see it too, yeah. I forgot you can see the notes as well.
So you're starting him with confidence weeks 5 and 6 against Minnesota.
I've only looked at week 4.
All right,
yeah,
that's what I
it's
thought.
tough, but you don't have to start him every week.
Well, I'm just saying this is his high. Like this past week, and probably after this next game is his highest value. So, that's do what you will with that information.
Yeah, I see your point. I see what you mean. Let's do a couple more questions. Are any of the Texans tight ends worth playing? No, I'd say this is more of a fluke. So
Jordan Akins, fluke.
Yeah, and then
I think so too.
Other guy, fluke. The main tight end who was supposed to play, Jordan Thomas, I think, is on IR. So it's a total fluke. And then now you have Kenny Stills in the mix. Like, he's actually catching balls. Like, so they have 4 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. They have a Puke Johnson, a Hyde Carlos. If Deshaun Watson's like the only guy to own on the Texans, for real.
You know what segment we should have is like tight end watch. Like, who's gonna be the next tight end that you could maybe pick up?
A picture of a. Wait, what is the word crapshoot? What is that? What is a crapshoot?
Crapshoot's like you don't know. It's like you don't.
Can you have an image of a crap? What is an image? A Google image of a crapshoot.
A crapshoot. I don't know. It's not really
like a game of craps, but with like instead of that, you're throwing a bunch of poop. Instead of dice, it's poop emojis. That's a crapshoot.
Okay, it's like you're rolling dice. It's like you're just like.
Oh, a shoot! It is craps.
Yeah,
crapshoot. Crapshoot.
You're
okay.
shooting craps.
Yeah, crap. Yeah. Okay. So that'll work. So instead of the dice, it's poop. Tight end watch.
Tight end watch with like a toilet bowl.
Tight end watch. We would spin one of those. Spin one of those. Like the Price is Right at those little wheel of fortune.
Yeah. Exactly. You just spin it, and then you'll get one random.
If you get Eric Ebron, it's like a big poop.
Will Disley, yeah. Oh, I got Tyler Eifert this week.
Oh, that's a big pile. I'm actually starting Eifert. I got Kittle, and that's the league I dropped Disley in. You remember that? I was like, you really like Disley? I was like, it's Dynasty.
I had him and I dropped it too.
It's so stupid. In Dynasty.
So I've dropped 2 tight ends that were good before even seeing him play. I dropped before week 1. I dropped Olsen, and then he became good. And then I picked up Will Disley, dropped him, and he became good.
Oh my god!
God, why can't I just get a good tight end in this league?
So tight. Bob says, yes, I drafted Shepard as well. So glad I kept him on my bench.
Good for you.
Cole says, what tier of RB should we target for Lindsey, Fournette, and Jacobs range?
Yeah. I mean, that's about right. I mean, I don't know if you'll get Fournette. You think you get
Fournette?
Fournette
would be good.
Lindsey? That would be good. I would want that.
Yeah, Fournette would be
Sign
good.
me up for that.
Yeah, Jacobs, something like that. Hope Jacobs.
Jacobs, you could definitely get Jacobs.
Yeah, because he's been so bad.
Yeah, I've seen that for sure. You can definitely probably get a David Montgomery after this.
Drop Metcalf or Dede for Diggs. So somebody actually dropped Diggs in this guy's league.
I mean, you can. It's a free country, but I
Well,
don't
should
see why
this
that.
person drop Metcalf or Didi for Diggs?
Definitely Didi. What the?
I would drop
Why,
Didi for Diggs as
why
well.
would you draft Metcalf? Like Metcalf hasn't been bad. He only had one like not that great game, which was last week.
Yeah.
But before that,
Should I
come on,
should
guys.
I trade a Gal? I think that's
Gallman,
Galman, but
Wayne
he
Gallman.
did not spell it like that. He spelled Gilliam. Should I trade Gilliam for Singletary to the owner
Okay.
or Barkley? The
Yeah.
only worry with
Okay.
Singletary is that hamstring, but I like Singletary more.
Yeah, if healthy, 100%. He is practicing this week. He should play
Say
against
yes
the Patriots.
because the Giants are gonna bring in somebody, and that
Who do you think they're
somebody
gonna bring in? By the way, I'm just
there's
curious.
Anderson, Ajayi, and
Zach Zenner. I saw that. I'm like, what? Who is it? What?
Oh, I posted. I think I did it on like a very small like form, not like a public, but I said Kyle Juszczyk is better than James Conner. Like I really believe that, dude. Do you see that stiff arm in the Steelers game? He threw Fitzpatrick like a rag doll.
Well, he's not. I mean, I feel like if workload, it could be true. I'm not saying it's not.
I think,
If you give him that many, if you give Juszczyk that many touches that Connor gets, it might be.
and he can catch too. Is the thing.
Might be similar production.
Dude can run routes and catch. He can block. It's like,
how is he a fullback? Like he should be a running back. Like he should be a Christian McCaffrey.
well, there's not many fullbacks in the league, and so I think he's the highest paid fullback, and so
that is true. He is.
It is, and Shanahan handpicked him. It's like, I mean, that's the type of dude Shanahan would want. He can do everything. He can probably line up at tight end, line up at running back, goal line back, catch a screen pass, run a route. I mean, man could do.
He should get more touchdowns. Is all I'm saying. Like, get him more touchdowns.
Yeah, he definitely should be a better He can get some receiving touchdowns too.
Yeah,
like he's that good.
Get him in the end zone.
Yeah, dude's an absolute beast. I'm just waiting for Hawkinson to pop off so I could trade. Well, this is the game.
This is the game. If he doesn't, panic.
Stafford
Panic.
and Hawkinson should both do very well.
Stafford's definitely doing well. I don't know about Hawkinson.
Dropped OJ Howard for Chris Herndon. Mark Andrews.
I did too.
I did too.
I'm not the only one that did that. Yeah.
Here's what I told people. I was like, if you can stash all three, do it. But Herndon is kind of it just depends on the league. I'm able to do it. I have
3 tight ends.
I have 3 defenses in some leagues.
Oh, that's horrible.
Because I know I'm gonna drop one eventually, but
that's not good.
Dude, hey, how about if they're all playing the Dolphins?
I do have 3 QBs and they're all somewhat mediocre. So
look at this: Patriots D, Jets D, and Bills D.
You don't need Jets D.
They're playing the Dolphins twice while the other defenses have tough matchups. I'm telling that's 6 Dolphins, bro. 6 Dolphins. And you know what I did? I spent a ton of FAAB. I got the Patriots week 2, and because of them, I got my first W. So it's like, if it's worth, I mean, we're talking about the Dolphins. We're not talking about a normal matchup here. Like, oh, it's a good matchup. We're talking about a dream matchup. Patriots in my league scored 47
they played okay
points
last week against the Cowboys. It wasn't a huge slam dunk for the
Cowboys. Still finished the top defense, one of the top.
Well, the top was the Bears, but yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Monday night totally did change everything when the Bears just went silly.
I won by 1 point, down 20 to the Bears. Thank you.
Yeah, Bears D just went absolutely berserk. Yeah, they scored so many points. Yeah. Brain, I have Kamara, Mac, Gurley, Gordon, Singletary, Darrell Williams. I want to pick up Tevin Coleman off the wire. Who do I drop? Well, not Kamara, not Mac, not Gurley, not Gordon.
Darrell Williams.
Yeah, drop Darrell Williams. And
here's
one. Here, I'm not telling you to do this, but here's just one technique to do. If you do drop them in some leagues Friday, which it's almost Friday now, or Saturday, nobody else will be able to add him. And so Darrell Williams is probably a very valuable start to a lot of teams, only temporarily. So if you drop them at a certain time, which could be actually right now, the past hour, nobody will be able to start them on Sunday. Depends on your league, so you got to check that. It's just a little, veteran tip right there. So I wouldn't want my opponent starting them against me, but Tevin Coleman, must add. All right, guys, we're going to end it there. Make sure you do check out monkeyknifefight.com or follow the link below. Deposit up to $50 and you'll get a $50 deposit matchup, 100% deposit match. If you use promo code COUCH, head on over to Monkey Knife Fight, use promo code COUCH. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Subscribe to our main channel, of course, Fantasy Couch. You can find the podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify. Like this video if you're watching it, dislike if you're not, and leave some reviews on those audio podcast platforms, please. Peace.